Hey everyone, welcome back to Hit Wicket. So today we were going to go through the IPL auction and what happened with the Australians and also the other internationals. So obviously it was a very lucky day for a few individuals who became rich instantly overnight and some other people who may not have been so lucky. So let's start at the top. The big, I think, surprise for most people was Glenn Maxwell. What do you think of his payday of 2.52 million Australian dollars, that is?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I thought it was a bit surprising. He hasn't had the best IPLs of recent for the last, a couple of tournaments, really. He's an X Factor player, but yeah, I mean, just to be worth, over 2 mil, I'm just not sure if I could justify that. He hasn't really done particularly well, but yeah, I know he has a good, X factorness about him, so that's maybe why teams have been chasing him. But I think for RCB is probably not the right choice. They need stability, not another they don't need an X factor player. They need some stability, maybe some bowling. So I'm not too sure how that will work with RCB. I don't think they really need Glenn Maxwell. I think they need more bowlers, but anyway, that's just my opinion anyway. But I mean, to get 2.5 million, I think that's a lot of money, and I don't think I don't know. I just don't think that he's done enough in IPL to justify that much. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's warranted because I think he got 450s in IPL so far, and all four were in one season. So that's shown that he hasn't really done anything really since that point. But yeah, moving on, we got another big surprise. Jai Richardson racking up 2.4 million AUD. So what do you think about that? That price tag?
Yeah, look, again, it's pretty surprising. But to be fair, he did have a good BBL season. I think he finished up leading wicket taker. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So he has had a pretty decent tournament, BBL. He's a good bowler. He's definitely a future star for Australia or future prospect in the long format and the short format. But to be getting
2.48 million.
2.48 million. I don't know. Again, it's a lot. To justify that much for someone who hasn't played IPL, I don't know. They must see something about him they really like. He's definitely a good bowler. He's definitely a good bowler, and I'm sure he has the ability to be a good bowler in T20s. But just out of nowhere, to just come out of nowhere and get such a large contract, good on him. It was obviously it will be career changing for him. But yeah, we'll just have to see how he goes. But I guess I could justify that over Glenn Maxwell because I guess he's a fresh face and he's a new player. But yeah, anyway, we'll just have to see how he goes in the tournament that's coming up.
Yeah, I think he's a good young prospect. He could do fairly well this season. But continuing on with that Australian fast bowler surprises, Riley Meredith racking up 1.4 million AUD. I think that was an even bigger surprise, to be honest, because he hasn't been known for much. So do you think it's just his raw pace that has got him that much? Big payday.
I think so. It's also a combination of a few things. Do we know what team he got assigned to?
I think it was the new Kings 11 Punjab
Kings.
Yeah.
So I guess who's the coaching staff in Punjab Kings? Do we
I think
know?
it was McDonald.
Well,
maybe,
that might be.
Yeah.
Is it McDonald?
Yeah.
Punjab Kings.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess it could be an Australian. I can't. Each team has a coach that changes very regularly.
Yeah.
But Riley Meredith is definitely a pretty decent bowler. He's quick. He's got a very good bouncer. His variations length are quite good, especially for T20. He's a great bowler, and it was definitely good on him to get 1.4 mil. Look, I think it's justified, but in saying that, I think Riley Meredith's a really good bowler, and I've been following him for a little bit now since he came onto the scene, and I really hope he goes well. But yeah, it is definitely a surprise. He hasn't played in any other leagues, I guess, as far as I know. But yeah, he's been doing good for Hobart for a number of years, and he's notably he's got some good pace on him, that's for sure.
Yeah, so then I guess moving on from that, we have Steve Smith, who racked up didn't actually rack up much, only 360k AUD. So it wasn't a big payday for him like last time. But yeah, I mean, he's really dropped off a bit. And I think it's got a lot to do with his last year's performances. Obviously, he's been picked up by Delhi Capitals, which is a bit interesting because Delhi Capitals have a pretty good side, to be honest. They don't really need batsmen in there. They're very good Indian talent with Shaw, Iyer, those sort of players. But yeah, I mean, what do you think the main reason for his low cost?
I don't know. I think it's a bit harsh. I think everyone can have a bad season. He started off well in the season, but then unfortunately dropped off towards the end. A player of his caliber, I think, to only get around 300,000, I think was pretty low. Like some of the other Aussies have been getting a lot more. So to think that he's only picked up 300,000, that was a bit of a surprise, that's for sure. He's definitely worth more than that, and I'm not too sure how he'll fit into the Delhi Capitals lineup. They've already got a pretty strong batting lineup, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, so I guess moving a little bit away from the Australians now, there's a couple of all-rounders in there who got picked. I think Shakib Al Hassan for about $500,000, Moeen Ali for about 1.2 mil, and the biggest pick of them all of IPL history ever, Chris Morris, 2.83 million. So how do you think just a short mention on how do you think they'll each fare?
Yeah, I think it's really good to see Shakib Al Hassan back. He's back in his I guess familiar team.
Yeah,
a good addition, definitely. He offers a lot with the bat and ball.
Yeah.
Moeen Ali is also is good to see. I think he might have scored that contract for his lusty blows towards the end of that Test match.
Yeah.
But again, he brings a lot to the team. He can bat, he can bowl. It just gives that extra variety to any sort of team that he would enter. But the surprise of Chris Morris to get 2.83 million. I don't know, like, I'm not sure. I don't know if I could justify such a large contract for him. Like, he's good, but, like, he's not that good that he's almost $3 million.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean...
He didn't even play that much last tournament.
He's performed in IPL,
Okay.
I guess, with the ball, and he has also performed the bat, so that's a big thing. Like,
Right.
I remember he got match winning like 80 off like 30 balls or something, and he's got like a couple of like quick 20-30s. I mean, he can't do anything in Big Bash for some reason, but he's performed not bad in the IPL, so that's probably why I think the all-rounders always get more. I feel like even if they're not even that good all-rounders, they'll always get more because they can bat and bowl. I think that sort of helped him along a bit. But continuing on that trend of all-rounders, I think a deserving millionaire is Kyle Jamieson, racking up 2.61 million. Obviously my favourite player probably going around right now, so maybe I'll have a chat about him. But I think his chances would be I think he'll do really well in the IPL. He seems to be a very adaptable bowler. He bowls like that ugly sort of back of a length that batsmen really do struggle to hit. And he also hits a very, very big ball when he's batting. He hits quite a few sixes. So I think he could even bat number 7 in IPL, to be honest. Maybe even 6, like Cummins sort of was for KKR. But I think he'll have a good day out in IPL. Hopefully he can perform well. Then we have probably one or two more players. So Mustafizur Rahman back in the IPL.
Yeah,
after
welcoming him back.
big break.
Yeah.
Getting 174k.
It's not bad. It could be a bit of a steal if he bowls well, but I guess we'll have to see. He did bowl well, I guess, a couple of seasons ago now.
Yeah.
But he has had quite a few injuries, so he must be fully fit now that he's back trying to play IPL. But it'd be interesting to see how he goes.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess I'll just have a quick breeze through the rest of the players. So you have Kuntanal, 885k, Henriquez, 744k, Christian, 850k, which is a bit of a surprise there, but
all-rounders, man.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ben Cutting, 133k, Dawud Malan, 261k. I think that could be a bit of a steal. Number 1 2020 player in the world, and he has been in very good touch. Then you have Adam Milner, 557k. Not too sure why, but then you have Tom Curran, who nearly racked up 1 million. My brother really hates him, so
what?
He's a bit unhappy about that. Then we have Fabian.
I don't hate Tom Curran.
So yeah, I mean, overall, this auction was there was a couple of big surprises, but I think you'd have to say the bowlers seem to have got a lot more than the batsmen out of this auction, and the all-rounders.
Yeah, for
Seem
sure.
to be.
That's definitely been a trend in the last, or this tournament anyway, or
Mm.
this time. Yeah, so
Yeah, I think that sort of number 8 fast bowler has been like, look at Jamison, Cummins, Morris. They're all getting the big paydays. There's batsmen, there's fast bowlers who can bat.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that. I
definitely.
can't imagine, to be honest, how much Stark would get if he played. I think he would even be close to 3 million maybe
Yeah,
if he ever plays IPL.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, he's
Missing out on a couple of houses.
He's definitely known for his his white ball bowling. Yeah. So anyway, it'd be interesting to see if he ever does play IPL again. Well, I guess we'll wrap that up there, and check out some of our other videos. And until next time, see you guys later.